And the 28-year-old Algieri, 4 inches taller. The reach advantage 71.5 to 67.75 against Peralta. No standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. Only doctor or referee can stop the fight. Fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. The fight is official after 4 rounds. Now let's go to Joe Antonacci with the official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the historic Paramount Theater right here in Huntington, Long Island, where tonight NBC Sports Network presents Fight Night. This is our co-main event of the evening as main events, and Joe DeGuardia Star Boxing present 10 rounds of action in the junior welterweight division. Our co-main event judges, Julie Letterman, Kevin Morgan, John Poteray, and our referee, Steve Willis. Boxing fans, here we go. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He comes to us tonight from Jersey City, New Jersey. He weighed in 143 pounds, red trunks, silver trim. Professional record, an excellent 10 victories, only 1 defeat, 6 wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome Jose Mangu Peralta. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner. He comes to us from, where else? Huntington, New York. He also weighed in 143 pounds. White trunks, blue trim, professional record, 15 victories, no defeats, 7 wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome the pride of Huntington, Chris Algieri. Our referee, Steve Willis, has our fighters' final instructions.
All right, gentlemen, you both see the instructions in the dressing room. I want you to obey the commands, protect yourselves at all times. Right now, trunks right here, this is all good. Right here, it's all good. And then below here, and then below here is low. All right, protect yourselves, follow the commands. Tap up, let's go to work. Tap it up.
Hey, you can watch and win tonight. Follow the NBC Sports Network on Twitter during the broadcast for tonight's Watch and Win promotion. A chance for all boxing fans at home to win prizes and memorabilia. Just follow along at NBCSN. Jose Peralta in the red, trying to pull the upset over Chris Algieri in the blue. He has yet to lose, and he's on his home turf. 5th straight fight here at the Paramount Theater. Round 1 underway. It's scheduled for 10.
See Algieri come right out and immediately start pumping that jab. Hasn't really connected, with anything yet, but putting that punch out there to let Peralta know, hey, there's going to be a lot of that tonight.
I'm tall, I'm active with my jab, and you're going to feel it, in other words.
No, Peralta's got time. He's got plenty of rounds to work with, and he's a patient fighter. He's going to look to get closer to Algieri and slip his way into position and make Algieri pay.
Peralta, as you mentioned, BJ, has a good background, over 100 amateur fights. He won 81 of those, turned pro when he was 18. Blocks that hook. Algieri goes to the body.
Nice right hand to the body, and nice up and then down jab from Peralta right back. And we're seeing already how the tempo of this fight's going to play out. Peralta's going to come forward, just like you said, and Algieri's going to box. And Algieri's doing something very smart. He's working up and down with the jab, because Peralta, you can tell he's going to come forward with the hands high. It's going to be tough to penetrate that guard. So when you work up and down with that jab, it's going to open him up. Nice chopping right hand by Algieri. Good left uppercut by Algieri. You see Peralta came inside, he got a little squared up, and Algieri slipped that left uppercut right through the guard of Peralta again. Good punch.
Algieri doing a nice job as Peralta tries to offer the small target, and Algieri's adjusted early. Flashes the jab, comes uppercut again.
Beautiful adjustment by Algieri. He sees that Peralta's coming in. He's a little squared up when he comes in. Algieri found the weak spot and has hit him 3 times with that punch. And you could see yesterday in the fighter meetings, Kenny, that Algieri was a very intelligent, very cerebral fighter. He's got his bachelor's degree and also his master's degree. He works as a nutritionist. Just very, very intelligent, very smart. Ooh, good shot by Algieri.
Algieri following up the jab with the right. Just missing with that uppercut again.
Good first round by both guys, but Algieri has definitely controlled the action and landed the more telling shots.
Well, as you guys were breaking it down, Peralta is bringing it inside to him. Algieri, though, is the one scoring with the punches here in this opening round. It is scheduled for 10 between these junior welterweights. Algieri trying to remain unbeaten. And when we come back, more on the story of Jose Peralta, a man who has had an interesting journey to get here.
Well, welcome back. Now, the boxing landscape is littered with hard luck stories, and Jose Peralta has a really tough one. In 2010, Peralta moved from Massachusetts to New Jersey, where he lived out of his car for several weeks as he was training. He upgraded, if that's what we want to call it, to a small room in the Police Athletic League gym, where he lived there for about a month until he moved up to an attic, where he and his girlfriend and his young daughter have lived. Peralta hopes that after this fight, he's finally going to be able to afford his own apartment.
Thank you, Chris, as we start round 2. And Algieri, a tough man in many ways, to listen to his story of how he got here. Said he had no fear whatsoever after all the things he's been through, as Chris was telling us, living in a car, to come in here on the home turf of Algieri and fight him. Chris Algieri in the blue, trying to extend his record to 16-0. BJ Flores, how'd you score that first round?
Well, the only way possible, 10-9 for Algieri. He controlled the action. He landed some good, crisp left uppercuts and, did the more damage with the punches.
Algieri, 19 out of 70 punches connecting, 27% in that first round.
Good body shot by Algieri. Now, one thing he's doing here, Kenny, he's not really connecting on a lot of punches with Peralta in the first part of the second round, but he's coming from a lot of different angles. And as he shoots more punches from more different angles, he will have more success. Nice uppercut and left hook.
Just misses with that. Algieri is content to basically fight Peralta's kind of fight now. He's going to stand with him.
Well, he's not totally standing with him. Beautiful weave after he shot that right hand down low. When a fighter shoots a right hand, they're susceptible for a left hook. He weaved right under it. Good fundamentals by Chris Algieri. He's not necessarily standing there and trading with him. He's punching and he's sliding over to the side, regrouping, and making Peralta reset, which is what Peralta's struggling with.
Algieri with 7 knockouts in his 15 wins.
And you see the temperament of Peralta. He's very relentless. His hands are up. You know what he's going to do. He's coming forward, and he's going to punch. Algieri's picking his spots very nicely so far.
Algieri definitely moves away and flicks out the jab again.
Good body punches by Peralta.
That's what he wants to do, isn't it, BJ?
And that's how he can use an equalizer. Those body shots are an equalizer. Good right hook by Peralta. Peralta's doing some good work in here.
Peralta's best work of this fight so far. Under a minute to go in round 2.
And Algieri's tough. Like we talked about before, this guy was a professional kickboxer before. He's used to this kind of stuff and used to engaging in this type of warfare. Beautiful right hand to the body. Switching levels very effectively against Peralta.
Algieri taking the body shots along the ropes, getting it back out into the middle, and trying to work again against Peralta.
And you see Algieri. Algieri just gave Peralta a moment to kind of let him get his stuff off. He shot some punches, and he's immediately taking control back of the momentum. Very important in a fight like this.
Good body work in this round by Peralta. Algieri once again adjusting as round 2 is coming.
In that second round, you see Peralta giving some good work to Algieri. You see him backing him up into the corner, landing a beautiful left hook to the head, then bringing it down to the body. Landed some very effective body punches in that round, Kenny.
These guys have been active according to CompuBox. It's 59 punches landed, and all so far, Peralta 30 of those as round 3 gets underway, and Algieri comes out landing some early.
Peralta had a good second round, mainly because Algieri decided, hey, I'm going to sit in front of you for a second and make a statement. Whether that was a smart statement or not, we'll be able to see that in the next little bit.
How'd you score that round?
Algieri got caught there hard.
Oh, Algieri feeling some pressure now. Best shots yet by Peralta.
Right, 5 seconds ago, he got hit with a big left hook and got startled. Peralta got his attention and is very much in this fight. Good shot by Peralta.
Algieri readjusts.
That's good.
Let's check in with Chris.
Tim, what are you seeing out there right now?
I'm seeing a good fight. It's a good scrap right now.
What do you want to see out of your guy?
Just want to see him box. We box and move. Box and move. That's it. You know, he's longer, this guy, longer and stronger. We need to stick, box, and move. That's it.
Thanks, Tim.
All right, thanks, Chris. Tim Lane looking on intently.
Beautiful.
And that was a nice left. And some swelling, it appears, a little bit around the right eye, perhaps, of Algieri after that. A little redness around the face.
Very good left hook by Peralta. Now, Algieri's starting to see firsthand, hey, this is not a kickboxing match. There's nowhere to go, and Peralta's applying that pressure. You see the temperament of Peralta. He's coming forward. He's going to be in your face all day, and he's landed some really good punches in this round, Kenny.
And Peralta taking away that height advantage that Algieri has by continuing to get in close.
Watch your heads. Watch your heads. Watch your heads. Easy, easy. Watch your heads.
And Algieri needs to be careful not to punch himself out here, Kenny, because we're only in the 3rd round of 10, and the way the pace of the fight is going, it looks as if Peralta might be able to wear him down in the later rounds, especially with such a good body attack like he started in the last round.
And Peralta again, Algieri spins him around, holding along the ropes. Been a strong round for for Peralta.
Yeah, he's done good work. Good shots by Peralta. Good shots by Algieri.
Well, Algieri comes right back, as we've seen him do that in round 2 as well, BJ.
And this is a very back and forth fight. Very, very good ebb and flow. Both fighters have had their moments so far. It's going to be interesting to see who takes control and holds on to control and maintains it over the next round or 2.
Don't palm it, Chris. No bridge.
And Peralta again going for the body. And Algieri will come back.
Good work by both guys, Kenny.
Entertaining 3rd round. Algieri flicking out the jab. They swing to the bell. Round 3 in the books. Strong round for Jose Peralta. Working the body of Chris Algieri. He's here tonight looking for the upset. We're back live, round 4 scheduled for 10 junior welterweights. Algieri undefeated in the blue, Peralta in the red. That last round, talk about even 25 punches landed by each guy. Algieri threw more, they landed dead on 25 apiece. That's how it's been. Unbeaten heavyweights, Plaskoff and Scott, main event coming up. BJ Flores, how'd you score that last round?
I actually gave that round to Algieri. I like the selection of work he did, slightly better, but Peralta landed a big shot early in the round and kind of stunned Algieri. So both fighters had their moments, and it's still way too early in the fight to get excited about one fighter being ahead by 1 round.
Let's check in with Chris.
Alex, what was your message to Jose after that last round?
Pressure bust pipes, man, and you can see this kid's getting lax already. We keep touching him. He wants to hold and turn. He wants to box us. You can see it, but he ain't gonna box us because we haven't even turned the pressure up yet.
It's starting to become more of an inside fight. Is that your kind of fight?
That's our house, baby. That's our house, inside.
Thanks, Alex.
And again, inside is where Peralta's going.
It might be his house, but he better be careful to put up something to block those left uppercuts. He got hit with 2 crisp uppercuts in that last exchange and another nice right uppercut right there.
And Algieri has adjusted well, then it would appear.
He's very intelligent, and that's one punch that there it is again. That's one punch that could be the equalizer. Peralta's going to have problems if he doesn't make an adjustment. He's wide open for that punch, and Peralta's feeling it right now.
Algieri again with the uppercut. Peralta comes right back. And Algieri hangs on. Peralta shaking him up a little bit there. You see the punch count continues. Very active fight for both men.
And you just see Peralta is the more sturdy of the two guys. He takes the shots better. Algieri's a very good puncher. He's very strong, but Peralta, with his defense, with his hand position, he's able to absorb the punches better, and he's doing a good job with that when he takes them from Algieri.
And Algieri with a nice left. Peralta with a nice left. Algieri trying to come back from that.
And remember, Algieri landed 4 good uppercuts earlier in this round. But sometimes it's not always the guy who lands more. The sturdier guy sometimes will prevail, and it looks like Peralta's a little more sturdy. His corner mentioned earlier, we're breaking him down already, we're touching him, we're hurting him and slowing down. And we might see a little evidence, but Algieri's having a good moment right now.
Here comes Algieri once again.
But you have to give him credit when he rips off those combinations like that. They're landing and they're effective.
And Peralta right back. They continue to slug it out. Round 4 is history.
Here we see some good action from round 4. Good punches by Peralta. He had a moment there. He stunned Algieri. And later in the round here, Algieri came back with some beautiful left uppercuts, body shots, and straight right hands. Very good round. I scored it very closely for Algieri.
And we're back live, round 5. It's scheduled for 10. These junior welterweights. Chris Algieri undefeated at 15-0. He's in the blue. In the red is Jose Peralta at 10-1.
I just saw in the last exchange Algieri start to bring his elbows a little more on the inside. He's definitely starting to feel the effects of those body shots from Peralta.
And the total in that round, look at it. Algieri landed 5 more than did Peralta. It has been that close. That kind of action throughout this fight. Neither man slowing down. Let's check in with Chris.
Guys, it's very clear what the corner for Peralta's corner wants. Sorry, what Algieri's corner wants. He said, look into my eyes. The performance in the first half of the round was a beautiful display. Do that for the rest of the fight. Do not get into a firefight with this guy.
Thanks, Chris. And every time I get ready to talk about Peralta, then here comes Algieri or vice versa. It has been that kind of fight so far.
It's been the ebbs and the flows of the fights. Both fighters have had their moments, but the tempo of the fight, Kenny, is starting to take place. Peralta is still moving forward. Algieri is still sharpshooting him and using that double left hook to both sides of the body. One thing that Peralta's corner told him, listen, when Algieri's ripping off those combinations, don't sit and cover up and take them all. Hit him in the body to make him stop. So far, Peralta has not done that this round.
And you hear the crowd, Algieri. He has at least 350 family members and friends here tonight. At least that was the count from the Algieri corner. They were telling us earlier, the people that have bought tickets to be here.
That's what it sounds like, Kenny. At least 350. I'd probably wager a little more. But what's very important now in the middle rounds, in the middle portion of this fight.
Algieri with a nice right.
Algieri needs to make sure and stick to his game plan, not punch himself out, but continue to apply pressure like he talked about. I'm going to box him at first. I'm going to wear him down. I'm going to get to the middle round, and I'm going to take him out.
And as they were being separated, a left sneaks in there from Peralta.
It did, but you know what? The punches of Peralta are starting to lose zap a little bit. He's not punching with the same ferocity that he was in the first 4 rounds, and you have to attribute that to the offensive arsenal of Chris Algieri.
And Peralta with the left. Peralta trying to close out strong in this round.
He hurt Algieri right there with that right hand, Kenny.
He did. Algieri bouncing around. And again, it was Algieri, and Algieri perhaps another shot after they were separated by Willis. What action continues. Peralta and Algieri all the way. An outstanding fight tonight. Junior welterweight scheduled for 10 rounds. That's the corner of Chris Algieri, who comes in at 15-0. He's from right here in Huntington, Long Island. There's Jose Peralta from Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, the 22-year-old who is 10-1 in his career, and this has been an outstanding fight. Algieri, that last round, landed 42 of 121 attempts. Peralta landed 33.
This is going to be an interesting round. This is going to be an interesting round. Peralta came out with his ears pinned behind his head. He's going to make a statement in this round. It looks like he came out more aggressive than he has in any previous round.
Round 6 scheduled for 10. The question will be, Peralta has not really gone this distance. This is his first scheduled fight beyond 6 rounds. Algieri much more comfortable as this fight would continue on if history serves.
You would think so, yes, but the temperament of Peralta, the body language, the character of him suggests that he would be able to do the 8 in the 10-round distance. He's very relaxed in there, and if either fighter is more fatigued, I would have to say at this moment it's Algieri.
Algieri still throwing the most punches. Let's check in with Chris.
Tim, after these last couple of rounds, you've stressed you need to box him. What does he have to do to keep Jose off him?
Well, he just needs to jab him and box him. You know, Chris just likes to fight so much that he'll swing. Yeah.
Do you think he's winning the fight?
Work it out.
Chris winning the fight?
Do you think he's
Yeah, of course he's winning.
Thanks, Tim.
That's always what you want your corner to say, isn't it, BJ?
And let me tell Tim, this is very subjective. A lot of guys like it when the guys are coming forward, and other judges like it when they're landing clean punches. Chris Algieri's doing a magnificent job, but the pace of this fight, I feel like, is favoring Peralta.
Well, Peralta showing no signs of slowing down. And that was another good left, as you saw the sweat fly as that connected to the side of the head of Algieri.
Peralta's doing very good work in there, and so is Algieri. Now, if I'm Algieri's corner, I'm going to stress to him, I do not want you standing in front of this man. I want you to slide to the left, slide to the right. That doesn't mean run. Just take a step over and shoot your punches, creating different angles to make Peralta reset every time he wants to be offensive.
Haven't had to worry about that height advantage that Algieri brings in over these last few rounds.
No, he hasn't, and he needs to make Peralta come to him. Algieri's the taller guy. Use your height. Fight like a big man. Don't go right into Peralta's wheelhouse, because that's what he's doing, and if he continues to fight on the inside, it might not be good for him.
Peralta again trying to move in. Algieri looking at the body.
Unbelievable output, Kenny. This is the 3rd round in a row he's shot over 100 punches. And if we're talking CompuBox numbers, that's some kind of record. Good right hand by Peralta.
And Peralta again comes back, smacking that body. Peralta not throwing as many punches, but just as effective.
And these are the dangers that Algieri faces. He's going into these dangerous waters, into the wheelhouse of Peralta. It's the only way Peralta can win. But nice right hand by Algieri again.
Peralta comes back. Algieri comes back. They have not slowed down. More action ahead. Undefeated Malik Scott backstage taking on Vyacheslav Tsar Glaskov, also undefeated. That is the main event coming up next. And back to live action. These junior welterweights have put on a show tonight. Peralta in the red, Algieri in the blue. Algieri trying to stay undefeated as we go into the 7th round.
Very important, if Algieri's going to sit in these close quarters, that he uses that right and left uppercut on Peralta. That's the one effective punch that he's found a home for. He can't stay in close like that and not use those punches.
And Peralta, this is the first time in his career that he has gone into the 7th round. Went into the 6th round last March in a win over Samuel Santana. That was the question. How would Peralta hold up past 6 rounds? Algieri's been there before, but no signs of slowing down.
Yeah, you got to like what you see out of Peralta if you're in his corner as far as his consistency. He's continuing to come forward. He's stalking, but he is taking some serious leather from Algieri on his way in.
According to CompuBox, Algieri is averaging 99 punches thrown per round.
It's an unbelievable pace, and he told us, hey, I'm a nutritionist, I'm a science, I'm a diet guy, I'm an intelligent guy. I know what I got to do. Not beautiful left uppercut by Algieri, and he caught Peralta right there.
That might have been his best one right now, and he got the attention of Peralta.
And at this point, I would like to see Algieri kind of slow his punch count down a little bit and look to be a little more effective with his punches so he doesn't get so arm-weary in these final 3 or 4 rounds.
Peralta reaching back and missing. Let's check in with Chris.
Guys, a very angry Peralta corner after that last round. They were screaming at Jose. You have to take him out. You have to keep moving forward. Don't let him off the hook when he hits you with those feather punches.
All right, thanks, Chris.
And I think Jose can tell his corner there are not feather punches. You see the wear and tear and the effect of the Algieri punches that are having on Peralta, but Peralta's doing some good work in there.
When your corner ever says that, you say you want to go in.
I mean, you're the one in the ring, so you're the one who's ultimately got to overcome it. But you know, it's obvious Algieri's punches, they're not feather punches by any means. He's just picking his spots.
Algieri blocking most of those with his gloves and now coming back.
And those are good punches by Peralta, but they're not the same type of punches that Algieri was landing. Clean, consistent, and snapping punches.
Some of his strongest punches Algieri has come in this round, which is not surprising. Historically, he seems to get better later in the fights.
He's doing good work, Kenny. Watch out for that left hook. Good left hook by Peralta. But once again, the punches of Peralta have lost a little zap, and Algieri is starting to leave the dangerous waters as far as this fight possibly ending in a knockout.
Algieri with the good round. As this one comes to an end, more action ahead. Steve Cunningham gives a salute to it all.
Good, deep breath, deep breath, deep breath. Good, deep breath. Chris, here's the deal, okay? You've been going with that left hook to the body a lot, okay? That's what you've been finishing with. Now I want you to finish up top with that, okay? Finish up, finish with the left hook up top.
And we're back to live action in what has been an outstanding fight between Chris Algieri, 15-0. He's in the blue, in the red, Jose Peralta. Round 8 scheduled for 10. Peralta had never been past 6. Algieri again comes out swinging. Both men combined for 223 punches thrown in that 7th round. Algieri landing 50 to Peralta's 29.
That was an unbelievable round, Kenny. The pace of both fighters was amazing. Very, very good hard punches the entire round, and I can't believe they're still shooting those kind of numbers into the 7th and 8th round.
As we heard from the corner, they told Algieri to start working up top a little more. He's trying to now. Let's check in with Chris.
Alex, is your guy, what are you seeing out there?
We're not consistent like I asked, you know what I'm saying? We heard him, we let him go. Now, I don't know, he's playing peekaboo here. I need him pressure. Maybe he's trying to regas himself. We got to stop this kid.
So you don't think he's been busy enough to win a decision?
No, absolutely not.
Thanks, Alex.
Revelation from that corner. How do you have the fight scored so far, BJ?
Yeah, I got it 4 rounds to 2 for Algieri, and this is exactly what Algieri said. Peralta's having a bit of an identity crisis here. He is coming forward the first 7 rounds. Now all of a sudden, round 8, he's backing up. He has no chance of winning this fight going backwards, Kenny.
And Algieri is keeping it that way, using the jab effectively here to keep the pressure on. Looking for that moment.
Good body shot by Algieri. You saw him shoot the hook to the head, very softly, just to touch it, to raise the right hand of Peralta, and then dug it in there to the body. And now look who's on the aggression.
When he defeated Curtis Smith a year ago, Algieri actually averaged more punches in the last 4 rounds of the fight than the first 4 rounds of the fight.
And that's amazing. You know, Algieri fought some decent guys, but never the type of guy that we would say, hey, listen, he's a solid top contender. He beat a kid named Byron Jargol, who was a very good prospect at one time, and putting the name of Peralta on his ledger is going to really increase his stock. He's looking good here in the 8th round, Kenny.
And BJ Algieri, as you mentioned, a nutritionalist. He's a very smart guy, as well as a smart fighter. And you wonder, how can you average 100 punches per round over and over, but he continues to do it?
It's a testament to his conditioning and to his character. He believes in himself. We saw it in the fighter meetings yesterday. He was very realistic about what he is and what he wasn't. And today, he's doing a great job.
And Algieri, the 28-year-old here in round 8, just getting stronger and stronger. Algieri trying to stay unbeaten, and he was relentless in this round, punishing Peralta. And coming up at the classic sports venue, Madison Square Garden, 6'9" Tyson Fury will make his U.S. debut against Steve Cunningham, the former champ. Heavyweights battling it out. And this man, Curtis Stevens, out of Brooklyn, just added to the card. We saw him pick up one of those 17 knockouts, a first-rounder against Ayala recently here on Fight Night. Great lineup coming up in April on NBC, and a great fight tonight in round 9 now. And not many thought it would go this distance, perhaps. Algieri in the blue trying to stay unbeaten. Peralta in the red.
I did think this fight was going to go rounds, Kenny. I thought it would be this type of back-and-forth fight, but we see in the last 3 rounds, Algieri really gaining control in boxing just like he told us he would. He's changing levels. He's going up and down with the straight punches. He's hooking to the head and body. And you see last round was a whitewash, 48 landed to 11 of Peralta.
And again, 115 thrown. He's hitting triple digits every round is Algieri as he lands another good one to the delight of this crowd, fighting here on his home turf for the 5th straight time fighting in the Paramount Theater.
And if we could look at the round that changed the tide of the fight, I would have to say it was round number 7 because Algieri did some very good work in round 6 and 7, but the fight was still very much back and forth. In round 8, Peralta came out with a completely different game plan to back up, and I think that was the moment that gave Chris Algieri the lead for good.
Peralta coming left to the body, trying to reestablish inside. Algieri has not let him do it the last 2 rounds. Let's check in with Chris.
Guys, Algieri's corner has been very happy the last few rounds. They think Peralta's getting tired, that his jab has been dropping. They want Algieri to finish with the left hand right over the top. They said, this is the Chris Algieri I know. Remember, guys, at the fighter meetings yesterday, this was where Chris Algieri said he would look to finish the fight.
And Chris, he is doing just that. Even in the rhythm, the way he's bouncing around more, it looks back like the early couple of rounds for Algieri.
Beautiful short right uppercut by Algieri in the inside. Peralta was coming in with his head down, and Algieri set him up with a nice jab and a nice little digging right uppercut underneath. Great shot. Those are the kind of shots that can slow a stalking fighter like Peralta down.
And Algieri shifted just that second. It looked like to southpaw to land that one punch.
I got it.
He's just an intelligent fighter. He goes with what works. Boxing was working earlier. He tried to slug it out for, at certain times during the fight, went back to boxing, and has found a way to gain control of this fight.
Algieri again doubles up on the left, keeps the pressure on Peralta.
Beautiful combinations by Algieri, and you see him creating so many different angles. It's hard for Peralta to defend it all. Uppercuts up the middle, hooks on the outside, body shots. Impossible for Peralta to defend all those angles that Algieri's throwing at him.
Upstairs to downstairs, Algieri now taking over this fight in the 9th round. Another strong round for Algieri. And the hometown crowd responds for the Huntington, New York Star. Coming up after this, someone's has to go. They're unbeaten. Well, he doesn't look too nervous right now, does Czar Glaskov? He's won 14, 10 of those by way of knockout, taking on Malik Scott out of Philadelphia, 35-0. A man who is known as a terrific tactician, great matchup of styles.
Stick and move, use the ring, and you're going to finish with a hook to the head. You almost got him in the corner with that. It's there for you. Just
when we talked about Algieri, and you were talking about the great combination that he's been able to put together over the last few rounds, BJ.
Yeah, he's done a great job because he's punched from so many different angles. You see him right here. A chopping left hook to the head, then the body, and immediately a left uppercut back to the inside. That's 3 punches with his left hand. It's very unorthodox, and it's very effective.
And again, he threw over 100 punches in that last round, landing 41 of them, 41 of 116. Final round. Peralta in the red. Algieri in the blue. Algieri here at home, trying to run his record to 16-0. Let's check in with Chris.
Tim, you said after that last round, we ain't going for broke. How careful do you want him to be in this final round?
Oh, just like he has been, master boxer, man. I mean, he won this fight for sure. It's not even close. You know what I mean? So I just want him to do the same thing. I don't want him to move and not do what he's been doing, but just be a master boxer. He's outboxing this guy crazy. So we good.
How's his conditioning right now?
Oh, he's beautiful. He's beautiful. He's in better shape than that guy. Look at him. He's throwing combinations like a magnificent professor. You know what I mean? So this guy looks. You know, this guy needs you to stay in one spot. Chris got footwork. He's got everything. You got everything.
Thanks, Tim.
And Peralta, for the first time in his career, fighting past the 6th round. He had never been past that. He's in the 10th. He's hanging in there tough as Peralta, but Algieri has just gotten to be a stronger fighter as this fight has gone on, BJ.
Yeah, he is. He's doing a good job. He's getting stronger. But one thing I would like to see a little more out of Algieri, lower his punch count down just a tiny bit and put a little more on each one of those punches. As he increases his opposition, the better opponents will find openings and weaknesses when you're shooting that many punches in a round. But he's doing good work here tonight, Kenny.
And there you see it rattling up. Algieri over 1,000 punches thrown.
He just can't even help it. The referee says break, and he's still trying to punch.
Steve Will is breaking him up, but they won't quit swinging. Algieri averaging 100 punches in each round of this fight.
Unbelievable pace, Kenny. And he told us, I trained hard, I worked hard, I'm going to go out there, box him, take him out late. He's doing a good job of breaking down a very good, solid fighter in Jose Peralta. He's been very impressive tonight.
And again, couple of lefts. Algieri taking advantage of that reach advantage.
And that right uppercut really caught Peralta, Kenny. It caught him right on the top of the face and stunned him a little bit.
And as Algieri's corner said to Chris Mannix, they wanted him to be a master boxer. He has been that way the last 3 rounds.
He's boxed a beautiful fight, and he's really got a lot to be proud of because a lot of people, myself included, in the middle rounds, I thought, hey, the way this pace this fight is going, it looks like Peralta could wear him down, and Algieri totally flipped the script and has dominated the last 4 rounds.
You can see the redness around the right eye of Algieri, now some around Peralta, and Algieri, as you said, BJ, did turn this fight around and set the tempo the rest of the way. Final seconds. They're standing and cheering.
Great fight by both guys. What a way to start tonight.
What a display by Algieri and Peralta. Chris Algieri throwing over 1,000 punches in this fight, acknowledging the hometown crowd. He's 15-0, has never fought outside of the state of New York. Trying to remain perfect, and Jose Peralta from the Dominican Republic, fighting out of New Jersey now with a spectacular effort here. The first time he had ever been past 6 rounds.
You know, he did give a great effort. He really came in and tried. He had a solid game plan, but the game plan of Chris Algieri took Jose Peralta and knocked him off his stool. He found out it's a lot easier to talk about it before the fight than actually get in there and do it against a guy who's in great shape like Chris Algieri. He was tremendous tonight, Kenny.
Woo! And once again, BJ, he threw more punches later in the fight than he was able to throw earlier in the fight.
But it's not just the sheer number of punches. Even in the 8th, 9th, and 10th round, he maintained his form. He was weaving after certain punches. He was still maintaining a bit of defense. So it wasn't like he was just standing in front of Peralta and just swinging with his eyes closed. He was making it look easy out there. And, you know, great win for Chris Algieri.
It's going to the judges.
Very tough young man.
And he is tough. That guy's tough. Jose Peralta, he's lost only once. That was November 2008. But you see the damage that started being slowly done by Algieri. He closed the show in round 10 with a high 135 punches thrown.
That's
he landed 48 of those.
Those are Zach Padilla-type numbers, the famous fighter that fought on Tuesday night fights in the early 90s that would shoot all those tons and tons of punches. Those are the kind of numbers that he shot, and I haven't seen him since then, Kenny.
And Algieri did it tonight. Great stuff from Copu Boxes. Always 135 punches thrown in that last round. Anyone that's tried to shadow box, we don't have to be the pro champ that you are, BJ. You try to shadow box just a little bit, your arms get a little weary just from that, much less landing punches. Yeah, and he was making it look easy out there, Kenny. He was doing a great job setting things up with the jab. He came out, established that early, set everything up behind the jab, and everything fell into place perfectly. His team's got to be very happy with his performance. The judges have made their verdict, and let's go to Joe with that.
Boxing fans, after a 10-round war, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Kevin Morgan scores the bout 96-94. Judge Julie Letterman scores at 97-94. 93. And Judge John Potteray sees it 98-92. All for your winner by unanimous decision. Known as the Pride of Huntington, Chris Algieri.
He does it again. Algieri going to 16-0. And the sold-out Paramount Theater, where he's fighting for the 5th straight time, appreciating this native son. Let's take a look at how the judges scored it. B.J. Flores had it 98-92. I'm sneaking a peek at your card there. And there you see 97, 93, 98, 92, which is exactly what you had, Kevin Morgan and you, and 96, 94.
Yeah, John Potteray had it 96-94. That's, you know, definitely that's a 6-round to 4-round fight. You know, too close in my book. I think Peralta fought very good, but Algieri was just dominant tonight, and you got to give him the rounds that he won, even if they were closely contested.
You know, there was a moment Peralta appeared to be turning the tempo in the middle rounds. He actually roughed up the right side of Algieri's face. He was making a close-in fight, and then voila, from the 7th round on, totally different fight. As we look at the punch stats, BJ, and as you said, these are numbers to write down. You see Algieri landing 371 in this fight.
108 punches thrown per round. These numbers are absolutely ridiculous. Let's get the CompuBox guys are tired over there. I guarantee their fingers haven't worked that hard in a long time.
I'm looking at Bob to see if the computer's blown up over there. 96, 296 landed power punches as well, 48%. Chris Algieri got stronger as the fight went on. He is still perfect, and he's standing by with Chris.
Well, Chris, you look a little tired. You did throw 108 punches per round in that fight. Was that the game plan coming in?
Not really. Jose just puts tremendous pressure and forced me to throw a lot more punches than maybe we planned. He had a pretty tight defense, and he took a punch like unbelievable. I mean, I was actually, he didn't show it either. When he got hit with clean shots, he kind of rolled, and it looked like he wasn't getting hit as clean as he was. Thank God the judges saw it. But yeah, I mean, the kid's just super tough. I was forced to throw more punches than I wanted to just because he took the punches so well. I expected to kind of keep him on his heels a little bit more, but he's a tough kid.
Let's take a look at some of those shots you got hit with and then the ones you threw. Starting in round 3, tell us what kind of shots he was throwing at you.
You know, he was looking for big shots, and he mixed up his punch variation really well. He was going high and low. A lot of those times that I was grabbing, it had nothing to do with getting hit with big shots. It was just me changing the perception in the ring.
Control too.
Yeah.
What are you doing in the later rounds to him?
I finally start doing what the game plan was from the beginning and be a ring general. You know, control the space of the ring, control where the fight's actually happening. Yeah, mixing it up high, low, looking for shots, keeping my head at a distance, keeping my head moving up and down. And like I said, keep going back to the body. You know, like I said, I was clipping him early with some right hands on his temple and on his ear, and he was taking them really well, so I moved the attack down to the body.
What kind of statement do you hope you make in this fight?
I mean, you tell me. You guys are the fan. I didn't see it yet. I didn't see the the tape. I just know what was going on in there. I felt great. I had a really good guy in front of me, and that's what I've been asking for a while. Because good fighters are going to bring out the best in me. And I thank Jose. Jose, gracias, amigo. I thank Jose, for bringing out the best in me. He's a very strong opponent, and he forced me to step my game up to a tremendous level.
Thanks, Chris. Kenny?
Thank you, Chris Mannix. And a class act, Chris Algieri, acknowledging Jose Peralta, who had his 3-month-old daughter, Tiffany, there in his arms. And now, Chris Mannix moving around the ring, much like Algieri and Peralta did all night long, to get over to the corner with Jose Peralta. Let's go back to Chris.
Some signs of respect here between Jose and Chris. Jose, what happened out there tonight?
I don't know. I'm excited. I did the best of me, I came to fight. I never fought a round before. I jumped from 6 to 10 round. That, it's not a good move, but what I have to say, I did my best. I came to fight. I did my best job. I never fought a 10 round, never in my life. So this is my first 10 round. I jumped 8 round, and he's a great fighter. I like the way he fights. He's a great fighter.
He threw a lot of punches, more than 100 per round. How much did that affect you during the fight?
No. He never hit me like I never feel like he hit me like strong, you know. He's strong kid. He throw a lot of punch, but I thought, you know, he did a great job. He did a great job. Yeah.
Thanks, Jose.
I want to say hello to my mom. She was watching this fight. Mami, I love you. We didn't win, no ganamos, pero hicimos lo mejor. Mucha gente pensaba que me iba a noquear antes del 10. I never fought 10 rounds before, and we did it.
Thanks, Jose. Kenny?
All right, thanks, Chris. Jose does have a lot to be proud of. He put up a valiant effort. Chris Algieri on fire, averaging 108 punches per round to run his record to 16-0. The Huntington, New York native still unbeaten.